Morning world, welcome to Tuesday 22nd November and more blinking drama. No drama from me, I hasten to add. It's just blimmin' family stuff. So I'll start off with the good news. The good news is Mrs. P is improving. She is, a lot better than she was. At home, happy, warm, improving. The bad news. Well, the bad news is my grandson, young Freddie, has been very poorly and back in hospital again. So Freddie was born with an inguinal hernia and it's been uncomfortable for him. So in the last week he's suffered. Okay, guys are off to do their NPTC test for their climbing, which was supposed to be yesterday. They drove all the way up to Cirencester yesterday to take their course exams to find out that the examiner had booked the day off. So that completely wasted their day yesterday. Mikey was off yesterday because he had a dental appointment, which somebody got the dates wrong, either the dentist or he did. So that wasted the day. We gave Martin the day off because everybody else was off for the day, didn't need to. That wasted the day, so yesterday was pretty much a write-off. Everybody all right in there? No more babies yet. Right, I need to give them a bit of fresh bed. Everybody's got plenty of food because I did it last night. A little bit of a rush around this morning because we've got to take Emma's car into Bristol to go and pick her and my grandson up after his successful operation yesterday. So he's all repaired and apparently had, I can put this, good movements. Everything's working out as it should be, so they're happy for him to come home. You're all right. Morning, 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 morning. Hello, Patrick. No calves hiding down there, is there? Look at all this waste. Grieves me, that does, but there's not a terrific amount I can do about it. So so this morning is going to be taken up with family stuff simply because it has to be done, and hopefully this afternoon I'm actually going to do some tree stuff, because with Mrs. P being poorly and everything going on at the farm, calving that, I've not actually done any of my quotes for tree work. Very little of my paperwork. I'm so far behind on everything, it's untrue. So people have been patient, people have been lovely, because we've sort of said no, it's down to ill health and stuff. So people have been very kind, but patience doesn't last forever. I need to get on. All right, come on, you put some weight on. Come on, come on. Go on. Come on, follow. No, you got to go. Always one, isn't there? Hey, always one. No, you can't go that way. Oh, right there, right there. Come on. Come on. You awkward little devil. Go on. Good. You little monkey. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. No, that way. That way. Go on. One more. Go on, you. No, 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 not that way. It's almost as if they know, don't they? They just know how to be awkward. Come on. Out. Out. No, you can't go that way. Yeah, that way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Worse than kids. Fresh out here this morning. Not frozen, but I bet we're not many degrees away from being frozen. So hopefully our two youngsters will be back later today with certificates to say they've completed and successfully passed their exams. So the exams they're doing today are literally rope and harness inside a tree. It doesn't include chainsaws or any cutting work and that. It's just they know how to use rope and harness and things like conducting an aerial rescue. So all the things that I learnt in the 1990s, apart from when I was doing it, I did the whole thing in like one session. So what I mean by that is I did my use of rope and harness, learning how to tie all my knots and access into the tree and stuff like that, learning how to cut stuff, how to drop it on the floor, and basic rigging was all one test, one exam fee, did it all in one go. It was a like 10-day course, I think, to do all of it. Now that one course has been split into 3 or 4, which has a good side and a bad side. The good side is it compartmentalises the training and sort of focuses on bits of it a bit more in depth. The bad side is because it compartmentalises the training and focuses a bit at a time, instead of paying one exam fee and one set of training, you're paying 4 or 5. And when you're looking at, I don't know, £600-700 a time, that makes a big difference. So we're not looking much out today because there's not much on the floor, and the idea is I actually want to build this floor level up a bit, because it will soak up moisture better, get rid of moisture better, last longer, especially when you got a bit more chip on here, because those lumps of poo you can see on the floor will quite literally just disappear. No point in getting too close to the hay rack because they'll just chew that up. So another 1.5 buckets. So yeah, I think it's probably the same with all the training on everything around the world. It's a case of actually the companies decided they were missing a trick. You know, they could do one test and earn £1,000, or they could split that test into 4 and earn £4,000. It's a brilliant bit of job and wealth creation, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's a case of that's what they decided, that's what the training companies and the examining boards decided. Yeah, we can split this down, and who's to say that in a few years' time they'll find another way of actually we're teaching 2 things on that. Maybe we'll just teach one of those things and separate it, and we could earn another £1,000. So it's all to anybody doing these now, it seems quite normal, but for us guys that did it over 20 odd years ago, it's a complete bloody rip-off. Two might be enough, I think. I reckon that'll actually do. Yep, that'll do. You don't know it's cold when you're handling the metal stuff, because that is definitely making my fingers tingle. Right, they can come back through here before they make too much mess in there. Right, you lot, come on. Oh, that's lovely, yeah. Okay, come on, move it. Get your head round, look the other way, come on. Go on, out, out. Stop being awkward, you. Calves are born awkward. They just, whatever you want them to do, not happening. Go on. Have you ever heard of the term of herding cats? Well, you know, it's a bit the same with calves. Come on. Come on. No, get your head around that way. Go on. There you go. Go on. Little devils. Okay. They have a nice, clean, fresh bed. It's very exciting. That's it. You just dig it up and chuck it everywhere. That's about right. Yep. Lovely. Morning. Good morning. Morning. Everybody right in there? Yeah. Well, you were 20 minutes ago and you still are. Right. That's number 60. 160. You coming for a scratch? Scratchy? Do you want a scratchy? Hey? Yes, me. So I'm not too sure about being in the corner though. Hey? Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew you couldn't resist it. She loves. And when I say loves, I mean she really loves a scratch. Don't you? Hey? Yeah. Well, you stopped. All right. Is that yours? Little troublemaker, that one. The cows really love the wood chip, so, and if nothing else, it's just so they can throw it everywhere. Don't they? Yeah, they do, yeah. So this side got a clean bed day before yesterday. They're in now, so this kind of needs refreshing every other day. Should be all right for today. I mean, there's quite a lot of little mole poos in there, but they will all literally they will disappear. If I was to come back in a couple of hours and show you this picture again, they wouldn't be there. There'd be some more somewhere else, but they will have disappeared because as the cows move about, they kick those into the wood chip, and it all just gets mashed up and disappears. So, oh hello. It's 2 heifers. So, but why? Are you just doing that for fun? Because you're supposed to be pregnant. Supposed to be. Supposed to be. Yeah. Patrick spotted it. Why did you jump on her? I'll just come and check to make sure I'm not missing out on something. Right, we'll give him some privacy. I don't think she is bullied. I think it's just 2 heifers messing around. Yeah, he's not interested. Okay, who watched BBC Points West last night, expecting to see some idiot farmer playing about the cows on a farm? I did. I watched it. because I was led to believe that last night was the night, but it wasn't. Apparently a football match was more interesting, and a Pudsey Bear choir was more interesting. So it does kind of, you know, bring it back down to earth with a bit of a thump. Yeah, you're not that interesting, mate. Football and you, no comparison. So, okay, I can see. Right, that is the cattle and the poultry sorted out. All I've got to do now is check on them. It's not too bad, but a couple of them still seem a bit too loose for my liking. So now that might be simply because they're on very, very fresh grass. They have been wormed. My brother wormed them last week, so they should be cleared out of any gut worms. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that it is just because of fresh grass. So why is there sheep on the farm? I can hear you asking. I thought you were getting rid of them. Well, I am. But Michael wanted to put a ram to all the ewes that were over at the farm, and I didn't want the ram going anywhere near some of these because I knew at least one of them was on. So, and the idea is these guys are going to market possibly next Monday, 1st of December. Sorry, not Monday, Thursday the 1st of December. And the reason we've chosen that date is because Abby's got the day off and she's offered to come with me. And Abby's the reason that these sheep are here. I've been very tied up with family stuff and looking after Mrs. P and stuff like that, and I haven't had time. So I gotta say, while we're here, I'm very grateful to my brother and Abby for sorting bits and bobs out for me. These lambs will be going to market next Monday, although that one still looks a bit mucky. I don't like sending mucky lambs to market. Devalues them, but I also want them gone. So it might be just one of those things where, you know, they go. So yeah, so the lambs are here because Abby went down to the farm, separated them out and bought them back, which I'm very grateful for. They're here, so they're separated from the rest of the flock. They've got plenty of food out here. They're not going to go hungry for the next week, 10 days. And won't hurt to get this grazed off anyway. Fresh ground, clean them through. Hopefully they'll fetch a few quid at market. And Abby gets to have breakfast. That'll please her. So I think Henry's coming too, so 3 breakfasts. Right. Okay, so yeah, temporarily there are sheep back on the farm. Right, so Fred is home. He's home, he's hungry, and he's filling his nappy. I know you don't need to know that, but because he's just been off and had a hernia operation, that was the 3 things we were looking for. Well, happy, hungry, filling his nappy, and home. All right, 4 things. Now, what is it? It is 11:20 on the 22nd of November. I'm actually getting away. This is the first bit of tree work for me that I've managed to do in probably just over 2 weeks. With everything that's been going on, I am so far behind on my side of the tree company, which is basically the consulting, advice, quotations, site visits and all that sort of stuff. I'm so far behind. I have to catch up. I must catch up. So we are on our way to Stonehouse, to a large manufacturing company that we do quite a lot of work for. They've been very good. They wanted me to go out early last week and I said I couldn't do it. I didn't go into great detail, but I basically said I couldn't do it. They were very good and said, look, just come when you can. And pretty much everybody I've spoken to, because a lot of our existing customers, regular customers, some of them have just said, look, don't bother coming out and quoting, just come and do it and bill us. We trust you, which is great. And it's like, well, after 30 years, I'd like to think we've built that kind of relationship with most of our clients. Stuff like today, we can't do that because it's a big company. They have to have, there has to be a paper trail. So there has to be a site visit. There has to be a written quotation. There has to be, everything has to be dotted and crossed. But that means I have to go there. So, you know, that's my job. All the cattle at home are okay. Just been around and checked all them. They're all happy. Nothing looks like I'm going to drop a calf in the next hour. So I've given myself an hour or two off from being with Mrs. P, because now I've got two daughters at home. Although Emma's just come back with her boy, she's tired. But there's enough folks at home that if Julie should need anything, which she won't, but if she should, there's cover there for me. I'm kind of hoping within the next couple of weeks that's going to tail off, and I'm going to have more time to do my stuff. But right now I'm just snatching bits of time for work and work while I can. So it's Stonehouse. I say this morning, there's not much of this morning left, and then this afternoon hopefully I'm getting up to big hotel that we work at. Gonna go and look at some stuff for them, and then if I've got a chance, over to Yate to look at a conifer tree for a private client over there. So that's it. I'm going to try and get 3 jobs looked at today. So I got to do it, or we're going to start running out of work for the guys to do. And 4 guys get through the work pretty quick. So our buffer and backlog is getting a bit thin. Right, well that's quote number 1 looked at. Took a bit longer than anticipated because the guy I was meeting was late. Not his fault, he got caught up in traffic. It's one of those where we were actually there not that long ago, and we did a load of work, and they've added to it, so we're going to do a load more. It's a shame we couldn't have done it all in one go. More for them than us, because it would have cost them less. But job's a job. We're more than happy to knuckle down and do whatever they ask us to, well, within reason. So now I've got to go home because I just had the NFU's air receiver tester ring me up saying, can you come and do our receiver, which is basically my compressed air tank. So part of the insurance premium that I pay every year covers the cost of having our compressor checked. Basically what they do is they come out, get the compressor out, take the big brass bung at the end of it, show you a torch inside and go, yeah, that's all right, or no, it's rusty, or whatever else. I mean, ours isn't that old, so it'll be all right. And that's it. So we've always had a little bit of an issue with that in the past, because apparently, now I don't know if this is still the case, but apparently they are not insured to put it back together again. So what that means is the NFU sends a company out to undo a brass bung in a pressurized vessel to check the inside and then go away. Tick, yeah, it's okay. Go away and leave the bung out. So every time they come, I basically say to them, I'm only going to let you do this if you put the bung back in. And they'll go, well, I'm not qualified to do it, or I'm not insured to do it. And then I'll say, well, then you're not doing it. I'm not going to let you check this unless you put it back together, because I'm not qualified to do it and you're taking it apart. Which I think is perfectly reasonable. They want to take it apart and look inside it, and then they want to leave me the responsibility of putting it back together again. So I've always had a bit of an issue with that. I don't know if anybody else has come across this, but I'll do the same again today. When the guy comes, I'll let him in the shed. It's a case of you can't touch that with that spanner unless you're going to tell me that you're putting it back together again. And whether you're insured or qualified or not, it is your responsibility. If one of my guys is killed because that thing explodes because you didn't put it back together again, I'm not having that on my conscience, being as you're the guy who's inspecting it. I'm pretty sure that most of you are going to agree with that. Yeah. Why wouldn't you be insured to put it back together again? Why are you not quite? I don't get it. I really don't get it. So they want to check my pressure vessel because it's potentially very, very dangerous. You know, take it apart to check it, but then tell me to put it back together again. It's not my job. I wouldn't even take it apart. I mean, it's a fairly new compressor. I've not had it that many years. It's indoors. Why would I want to take it apart? It works. Anyway, hopefully the guy today, maybe he's been before and he already knows that's what's going to happen. But if he hasn't been before and he doesn't know, well, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yep, you can do that, but you got to put it back together again. Okay, and be responsible for it. So, I'm not unreasonable. I don't think I am. All right, so the only downside with that is 10 to 1. He's going to arrive the moment my missus or my daughter, whoever's doing it, puts my dinner on the table. It's just bound to happen. In other news, this thing is driving me mad. I'm really grateful for all the support. I mean, I haven't looked for a couple of days, we've raised over £1,200, which I'm glad about, because if it had been 50 quid, it wouldn't have been worth it. But it's driving me mad. So a lot of people said, oh, it's between sort of 4 and 10 days and it'll stop itching. Well, it's 22 days and it's still itching and it's driving me nuts and I want to shave it off, but I can't. It's night time. You put your head on the pillow like that, and as you're breathing, it's making me moustache. It's like wind going through grass. You know, it's just moving like that, and it bloody tickles. There you are. I've had a moan now. I feel much better.